Hello everyone, and welcome to Day Job. I am your host, Code Marvelous, and today we're going to be doing a little bit of an Anarch that I was very excited about a little while back. We're going to be doing a little bit of Alice. Let me get the list into the show notes, and we will get down to it. I'm just on a sacred quest to find a new decks. I'm also considering to kind of solve the econ problem that we have. I'm thinking about doing a like a drip economy runner. All of the one link shapers are pretty bad, like it's Nasir and Exile, but shapers also have access to a rabbit hole, which fixes that problem. So, you know, you can do drip in Ayla or Haley or even CT if you want, because you have 3 link cards that come down on the table at one time. I think Sunny is looking better and better as well. Hey James, so it's Thursday, which means I have one more day until I find out whether or not I have Worlds tickets. While we're waiting for an opponent, oh, there we go. Oh, this should be interesting. I don't like that hand though. Let's roll again. I don't really like that hand either. Morning seeds. Okay, so what's deuces? You always stick the cards first, so you see what your options are. We're gonna gain 3. We're gonna load test. And then we're just gonna click for some money, and we're gonna pitch Black Orchestra and Clippy. You really don't want to hit the frantic coding button until you have Maw, a copy of Maw in your hand, because you want to be able to not lose all of your consoles when you hit Black Orchestra or when you hit Frantic, because then you lose. Alright, so let's run archives and see what gets pitched. Let's run R&D. Take that. Run R&D again. And gain a buck. Alice is so good when corps have a loaded hand. That's the Fairchild, so that's nice that we know that that's there. There you are, beautiful. So now we don't really need to use frantic coding. I mean, we can still do it to try to get like a free data sucker or something, but not until after we've seen Maw. Brian, we're definitely gonna need data suckers this match. Yeah, I find it really funny. I mean, voting machine initiative is just fine. I would almost take elective upgrades over voting machine initiative. But that's me. This Ice Carver is going to do a ton of work in this matchup. That's what I wanted. Do we have all three in the bin? We don't. Okay, you can have whatever that is. So there's the elective upgrade, which could just be a loss. So that's always nice. Let's check HQ. Let's get paperclip down. We got to chew up some of that cash. So there's the Fairchild free 3. Let's run R&D. Somewhere in this deck, there's Maw. This list doesn't have Big Gap, but I'm looking for room for it. The nice thing, I mean, I have Scrubbers in here too, but one of the nice things about playing Magnum Opus and Anarch is it makes it so that you don't really fear trashing cards, like ever, because you have infinite economy, whereas, you know, when I'm playing Temujin and the disposable Anarch money, I'm always doing this math on whether or not I can trash assets based on how many money cards I have remaining in the deck. Check R&D, see if we can get an ice res. We need Maw very badly. That's pretty okay though, I'll take that. Well, that stinks. Hey. Hey, at least we got an agenda for it. I may frantic coding next turn just to see if we can get our last copy of Mopus back on the table. Yes, we are getting a ban list. Right, so there's still a copy of Maw on the deck somewhere. We really need... oh, we've got our breakers again, but we need money. We're just flipping programs all over the place, huh? There we freaking go. We can't afford to play Inject now, because if we lose Mopus, we lose our late game money. Let's day job it. I think we want to go into HQ next. Alice is so fun. Yes, Daigomir, we now have a ban list. No, I don't want to play Inject. Alright. So we're back in business. Okay, so we could be one turn from losing. So we gotta go R&D. Alright, we don't have to do anything about that, so we're just going to jack out. Then we're going to go HQ. And then we're going to see 2 cards and hope we pick the winning agenda. We don't. Okay. We might lose here. We are pretty broke. I have a feeling that the wind's in here. It's not in there. Okay. Ice Carver. Good card. Okay. Let's just keep hammering. Always be hammering. This is tough. I mean, that's the most... I think pretty soon we're going to lose here. We need 6, 9, and at least 3 here. So that's 12 bucks. I think now is the hour of our discount tent. I think. So this is going to get dropped to 6, then 5, then 4. So it's going to cost us 3 to break. We need 12 bucks. Oh, we need more because we don't have enough data sucker counters. Gotta do some mental math here. The lowest I can get this is down to 5. So that would mean it would still cost 9, 12, 9, 12, and then a lot here. 18 is what we would need. That's not very good. Let's go into HQ. So with the extra data sucker, I can now get this down to 7, 4, which means it's 6 here, 6, 9, 15. Let me think. Okay. I think we can do this and win the game here. Let's go R&D. So the first thing we're going to do is we got to bring this down to strength. And then we're going to break 2. And then we're going to trash a card. Then we're going to take 1 brain. What's the code for that? I don't remember what the thing is. Take brain. If it's anything above 1, we don't pay it. You got it, buddy. Good game. We scrapped hard for that. I mean, I think the ban list is really interesting, and I think that the community is just going through the stages of grief right now, adjusting to basically completely new deck building construction. So I think it'll take some time, and then we'll settle into a new meta. Well, I mean, there's something to be said about that, right, Kyle? Like, sometimes designers make cards that are too powerful, and your two options are leave them in the game unrestricted and put them on an MWL list and have them continue to warp the game, or do a restricted list and see how things shake out and adjust it from there, you know? It's not like this is some etched in stone thing. We can always revisit it, change it as power levels change over time. Yeah, I mean, I think it's really about I'm really happy with the ban list as a whole. The only thing I'm kind of uncomfortable with, even though I know why, is Magnum Opus being a restricted card, but that's because of like the Congress decks, and they want to make it so that if you want to sit back and do nothing, that's basically the only thing that you can do, and you can't have the other power cards that made the Congress and the Giant Dad builds like a complete lockout. But the problem being, Shapers lost a lot of their other good economy. So saying if you want money, you can't actually have any of Shapers' other power cards is kind of a hard deck building nut to crack. I might swap out the casts in this build for liberated accounts. That kind of feels bad. Like, I feel like I want the daily casts because I want the clickless draw. The clickless economy. I might swap out the day jobs for liberated accounts because it's more effective click economy rather than me just losing a whole turn for $8. I can lose a whole turn for $12. But I guess day job has a lower setup cost, so that's something to be considered as well. We'll keep testing. We'll see how things are going. I really wish people would join my game. Hey! Alright, we've got Mopus, so we can use Inject freely. Alright, Mopus is down. The world is new. get some scrubbers on the table, and let's bring these assets into check. Alright, so let's inject. Let's get daily cast down. Let's draw 2 cards. Let's gain 3. And then let's get that down. I think the thing that I like the most about this style of build is how quickly it gets my conspiracy breakers into the trash. What's this going to be for? Blorchestra? That's really cute. Let's draw. Let's do build script. Let's put down the archivist for shits and grins. So first click, next turn, we're gonna go into HQ and we're gonna see what the business is. I also like on the archivist, he's like in a full outdoor coat to like look at a book underneath a magnifying glass. Brain taping warehouse. Cute. If I hit a snare, I'm gonna die of laughter. Okay. Okay. So, one of the things that's kind of interesting about these types of builds is, you know, probably in a turn or two, I'm going to be going back into, I mean, this doesn't do anything. So I'm going to say fire it. Because there's no end the runs. I don't have to spend any money on this. Neural EMP. That would be incredible. I'm really on a hunt for Ice Carver. Once we can get Ice Carver down, we're basically negating their ability. Let's check archives. Force them to discard the only card that they're holding. Eliza's toolbox. Oh, that's cute. I don't necessarily care, though. Loki's a much funnier card now. Yoink. List, you got a cool haircut that matches your armor. You look like the Mass Effect character. Gotta keep an eye on the time. All right. There you are, beautiful. All right. Your ability is now off. I just want you to spend all your money. Oh, I didn't need to spend that money because I have Link. Value. I mean, it's not really off. We're back to normal. That's not true. Ice Carver still gives me value on Archer. Listen, I can be as pedantic as I want to be. There's an agenda in there. I just don't want to deal with it. Actually, I'd have to get turtles out to deal with it, actually, so we're not going in there. We gotta get data sucker counters. Run archives. That's old Sanjay. Always rooting for my opponent. If my opponent is jankier than me, Sanjay is always going to be on their team, and I appreciate that about you. These servers are quite taxing. We should probably clear that server. That's true. I certainly don't have that. I think let's go in here and get that. So that's already strength 5. So let's get it down to strength 3 and go bloop, bloop. 6 credits to break. Get all that out of there. I didn't even see what he played Tarmar for. Oh no, that's removed from the game. I'm an idiot. We need a lot more money than we currently have. This deck, this Owls deck, does have a very expensive late game. 1, 2, 3. We're in trouble, I think. That's the point. Mopus makes this inevitable. That is the point. And that's game. This deck feels very good to me. I feel like we have a lot of power. We got a lot of flexibility. Got Ice Carver. Got the Archivist. We got Data Suckers. Got the Turning Wheel. Archives interface adds value to our Alice run. I'm liking it. It's got a lot of power. I'd like to test it more against something with lighter ice and like yellow ice to see how... There we go. Perfect. Wow, we got a lot of money in our opening hand. Let's mulligan though. Alright, we're up against yellow, so we gotta have money. So I think we do Frantic. Try to hit the Mopus. What did we lose? Nothing too crazy. Okay, we've got Maw in our hands, and that's good. Yeah, that's what we're trying to avoid. We're trying to avoid the hitting the Mopus with an inject and losing the game. Now that we've got Maw, we can Frantic Coding basically anytime. Because we got to get Mopus down to be able to fight this economy. We already lost one Scrubber. Alright, I saw it in there. Put that shit down. Against like 1,000 cuts or Jinteki, you don't use frantic coding. Right, we still have decent draw, we have deuces, we have load script. You know, we've got a lot of ways to draw cards. Right. Yeah, I mean, that's the whole idea. We're frantically trying to get our masterpiece on the table. Okay. We have to start getting serious because our opponent is starting to run away with money. So, we're going to run and trash their money. And then we're going to use Deuce's Wild to get rid of the tag. So let's do that for... No scrubber. Okay, so let's go to server 2. Let's get rid of that stupid card. GFI? Okay. Luckily, this isn't actually that big of a deal, so let's go trash their other money. Let's trash that. I'll take it. There's no mid-seasons to worry about. So now we just start hammering HQ and archives. I love that. That's the Mumbad Virtual Tour. Let's go into HQ, see what's there. Let's check out. Let's run R&D. So one of the... Oh, tasty. Let's check out. Thank you for the turning wheel counters. Now we've got the money and they do not. Nice. QPM hard score. These are going to be pretty bad for us, these data ravens, because then now QPMs are just for our opponent. So why don't we run in there. Let's get the maw trigger. And then now we can go back in and get it. Alright, so we have to go check that. There's probably another raven on this server. But we gotta go. Raven is such a great piece of ice. Now that there isn't as much ice destruction. Like, just very solid. Yeah, I'll take that deal, thank you. Then we'll... Oh, no, I didn't mean to hit that. 1, 2, and then put down Ice Carver. Yeah, I mean... Once... I love Maw. Maw is so good. It's such a good console. I mean, I don't have slums in this, I have archives interface instead, but a case for that could definitely be made depending on what your meta looks like. I think whether or not you use one over the other is highly dependent on whether or not people in your meta are playing IG or things like Gagarin and controlling the message. If they're playing things like Gagarin and controlling the message, I'd say Sol Set is definitely better. If they're playing things like IG, obviously Archives interface is a lot better. Or even if you just have a lot of Jinteki players, because you can be a huge dickbag and remove Obokata protocols from the game so that they can't actually win, which is hilarious, because then you can just wait for them to mill themselves. Make it so that the only agendas that they can score are the ones you can steal without taking net damage. That feels pretty damn good. Alright. The time has come. Let's get into archives. Alright. I think now we just hammer HQ a bunch and then go for a dig. Because all 3 QPMs are gone. Let's check that. We gotta make sure that our opponent's not being cheeky. That's true. So we'll just dig up counters and then go for a deep dig. Alright, we got to do this pretty soon though, because they're going to be able to combo out next turn. So the question is do we scoop the hand or do we go R&D? Actually, there's really no point. I meant to hit the fucking counters. Oh well. Six cards. Take it. Trash it. Take it. Good game. Whew! I like this deck a lot. Alright everyone, that's going to be gently wafting curtains for us. As always, thank you for taking time out of your whatever time of day it is for you to come hang out and watch me play this great game of Netrunner. Hope you're enjoying the ban list. Try to stay positive and enjoy the experiment. If you enjoy what I'm doing and you'd like me to, you know, continue expanding the channel and doing all of this content, please consider becoming a patron or giving me a one-time donation. The link is in the show notes below. Everyone who supports the channel, I deeply appreciate it. I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing without your support. So thank you very much, and until I see you all again, always be running.